Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Another match day watch along of the match of the day. Saturday matches, basically. We're going to eventually, weirdly, wrong way round, but still. But yes, we are reliving all the day's events on Saturday. All the games. I've got quite a few games for once on a Saturday for the first time this season, including the defending champions looking to get out of the rut that they're currently in domestically. The former champions trying to make themselves the champions again. Yeah, we've covered that one, and we know that ends. And then you've got all other teams in the round pushing for European spots, be it the Champions League Cup 4/5, the Europa League, your Conference League spots. You've even got teams in the relegation zone currently, start the day looking to get themselves out of it and pushing away from it, putting other teams in a bit more dead lumber. But yeah, 1 second. Check. Of course, when Chelsea fan comes in. A Chelsea fan comes in and calls me the lucky bastard. Oh, wait a minute a sec. I was going to deal with this as well. Okay, do that. And then we're going to do which one? Do that one. Yeah, we'll do that. Get the old colours right though. Sort the colours out. There we go. Right, you lucky bitch, bastard, whatever. It could be going any perfect for you. No, if it was a perfect weekend, would be not just Liverpool and City losing, you fuckers losing, then we win tomorrow. That would be a perfect weekend. Obviously, you won. Spoilers alert. Liverpool and City. We know how that happens. What's happening there? If we do our job tomorrow, we win against Liverpool, fucking Tottenham. It would be a really good. It'd be a really good weekend. It would have been fantastic if you bastard had lost, though. That'd make it a fantastic weekend for us. But I get where you're coming from. Also, coming from a Chelsea fan whose women's team get luck all the time. So let's not go to that bullshit. Also, Catherine in the chat. Hello, Catherine. Hope everything's going back. Hope everything's okay. You're in now. Oh dear. Oh, it's not still in a job, as far as I'm aware. I've not seen any breaking news. Celtic, I'll say this, Rosie. I did try texting Rosie tonight on WhatsApp. Celtic are so fucking lucky. Literally, away to St Mirren, 0-0 all the way through. Last kick of the game, McGregor scores the winner in the SBL. Oh dear. What's this? Next Saturday it starts UK Championship. Didn't that start this time of year? But okay. Oh, you sure about that, really? You're as it stands. Before we kick a ball tomorrow, your nearest rivals. You're the nearest team to us. The two teams that everyone thought would be up there, part of the trio, of potentially lagging way behind. Basically, but one definitely is, and one could be joining that level one. Basically. When was the last time Liverpool and City lost in the same game week? Fuck knows, but I'm assuming this is the answer. December 2015. Bloody Liverpool lost 2-0 to Newcastle. City lost 2-0 to Stoke. Bloody hell. Was that the Peter Crouch goal as well? Chelsea also lost to Bournemouth. Okay, that's going back a bit. Oh, let's get the old hashtag up there as well. Sorry, as the show starts. And yes, I've got me Lucasade bottle out today. He needed it to keep me going for this one. But yeah, I'm actually genuinely looking forward now, because I'll be honest, I actually thought Man City would win today. Going into this weekend and all that, I actually thought they'd win this game, even though it's at St James's Park. Just thought the way Haaland is and how Jamie he's been this season so far, Man City would find a way basically. It'd be a close game, but I thought they'd find a way themselves. So thankfully they didn't. So now I can go into tomorrow's game not as on edge as I probably would have been if they'd got the result today. And go and breathe. Oh, we've got Rooney and Rob Green with old chatters today. First game up, the defending champions at Anfield. Well, hey, come on. On a slot. Na 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 na. You gotta laugh. You got to fucking laugh. We're buying all these players. We've bought Verts, we've bought Ekatiko, we're buying Isak. We get Isak over the line. That's it. It's an invincible season for us. Let's give up now, guys. We're doing it all. Okay. You're at the League Cup. You're at the title race. You ain't winning the Champions League at this rate. And you need a miracle to win the FA Cup the way you're playing. Don't want to be a ball break bucket. But the thing is, it's a point more. It's a point. With results the way they've gone with Man City and Liverpool today, that's a point more to pushing further away from them two. We've been brutally honest there. Anything but obviously, we've got to not lose obviously, otherwise it's a wasted weekend. It's going to be interesting because there's been news since we ended our last live. There has been not news, but from certain accounts on social media that claim to have people they know. Basically, they're claiming there's going to be a triple injury boost ahead of tomorrow's match day when the match day squad gets announced tomorrow. With people speculating the three players in question will be Victor, Martin, Odegaard, and who's the other one? Not Kai, because obviously that's been set. But, Martinelli, that's the one. With Noni potentially coming back next week instead. Any sort of boost, injury boost, returnees in tomorrow's game, taking out the equation of what's happened today, is a massive boost. That will be boost morale, not just for the team, but for the crowd as well. That'll get the crowd going like you wouldn't believe, even more so. All we've got, and I know we ain't got Gabriel, but it's not the end of the world. We've got, as I said earlier in the previous show, we've got backups. We've got good depth in that position with players that can come in and still do a job there, from a defensive point of view, without noticing a big drop off from that side of things. We've just got to designate a new player, one of our defenders to be the new set piece king for the next few weeks. That's all. Liverpool first came up. Suppose I had a shot like 2 seconds ago. The shot deflected out for the corner. Canate, not just Canate, but just saying, overall. But in that moment, Canate, like, what is Szoboszlai doing as well? Like, why is Szoboszlai? No, what I'm gonna put it on Szoboszlai actually because he gets in the way of Canate, and Canate just does that. Oh fuck! Boom. There you go. 1-0. Ball watching. What phrase I like to call ball watching defending from Liverpool on a set piece. Again, with Slot. How many weeks ago was it when he did that press conference before a game? I can't remember who it was against. Might have been before the Man United game. In the build-up. How many? Yeah, it's got to be that time in that time frame. he came out and said in the press conference before the game where Liverpool are struggling, where these players are struggling in terms of set pieces, defending and offensively, etc., etc. You'd have thought by now they'd have worked on that one way or the other, got in that training field, and that'd be the main thing they target and working on, is improving on. They're not. They're really not. That defending for that first goal there, you know what it reminds me of? Arsenal from like 10, 15 years ago, back in the Wenger's time. Ball comes and we're just like, what? Oh, goal. Okay. Because what? I'm sorry. I'm going to say, what a waste of money so far it's been. Was it 40, 45 million for him? From Bournemouth. Bournemouth must be fucking pissing themselves when they sold Kirkus to Liverpool. They must be, because that is a fucking joke. To say he's failed to step up to the levels of a champions side, a league challenging side, it is an understatement. I can't see why that's been disallowed, honestly. From the angle they've shown us, I can't see why that was disallowed. The goal that was disallowed for choice. I don't get why. Again, I'm going by the angles they show us. VVG. You mean you on about Van? You on about Van Dijk? Should have gone. Should have gone in the summer for free and gone abroad elsewhere. We've gone back to the Netherlands for final victory tour. I'm back, guys. Local here, come time or whatever, or Saudi or somewhere else, basically. Yeah, Liam's at the game tomorrow. Yeah, he's at the Emirates. He'll be there. I might reach out to him in the morning and obviously to just ask if he wants to. If Arsenal were to win tomorrow, would he want me to send him a link so he can come on once he gets at the stadium whilst we're still alive? If he wants to, give him the option, obviously. As I say, if we win. So Liverpool fans have the right to say. I don't think they do. In terms of Liverpool fans, from Liverpool fans, fucking that's a poor goal straight from the V-start as well in terms of the second half. Bloody hell! Again, Van Dijk. What the going on? The best defender in Premier League history. Piss off! I'm sorry. I can name right. Rio Ferdinand, Vidic, Sol Campbell, Vincent Company, John Terry, Ricardo Carvalho, all just them names alone, all superior defenders to Van Dijk. Tony Adams and his pomp in the Premier. I'm talking about even if he wants to talk about the Premier League era, even Tony Adams and his pomp with all the shit he was dealing with. Never fed off this bad. In my opinion, call me biased, but still. But all them defenders, I was at centre backs I've mentioned, are leaps and bounds ahead of this guy. I'm sorry. Aren't you nice, gang? Aren't you nice? I'll pass it on to him. Don't worry. I'll pass it on. How much space does Robertson? Robertson comes on for Kirkis at some point, and gives all much space. That all leads to left hand side being the number 10 being left. Not number 10. The left winger being left with whatever, all the space in the world. Robertson doesn't close him down at any point. Number 21, there you go. And he just pulls it back into Gibbs as a shot and gives what's there for the rebound. And now, again, Van Dijk's just where no man's land in the middle of this ball watching. Like, where? Goes around in a fucking circle, the ball's in the net. This is pathetic. But you know what? This actually goes to prove that Liverpool's last defence of a title back in the lockdown season, and come up with the injuries, ironically, and having no fans in the stadium for pretty much all season till the last game or two, whatever. The last game was so no fans in the stadium. That was the reason why they didn't defend their title so very that at all, basically, because the injuries and the fans they didn't have that oomph there basically to spear them on. Well, they've got the fans. They've literally got the fans in the stadium, and they're not turning up. And they've not really got any injuries to the level they had back in the last title defence. So and they spent money this time. There's no excuses for them to be this bad. Virgil van Maguire, bloody hell. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I see. It was even trending, that was as well. I have watched it. Yeah, I will share that around as well. Don't worry. As well, my socials. Excuse me. Oh dear. Oh dear. But imagine Sean Dice. No matter who he is, managing side. Sean Dice has turned up at Liverpool and turned them over and kept a clean sheet. It's like, oh dear. But notice though how the media aren't going after Liverpool the way they would be if it was an Arsenal or even Chelsea would get some sort of criticism put their way. United would to an extent. But it just seems Liverpool are exempt from that criticism, basically. Can you explain more of time? It wasn't removed from the stadium. To start off with, he wasn't removed from the stadium. Obviously, you're referring to the Sunderland clip that went viral after the game. He wasn't removed from the stadium. There was a full time. Fans are coming out from both, obviously, the home fans, the away fans in the away section. And obviously, he's been spotted as he's come out going to he's making his way towards his coach to come back down from there to London on the club coach or whatever. And obviously the locals have seen him and started, because they know they're going to get a reaction from him, they started goading him. He's then responded with top of the league. And one of the stewards, because he's jumping up and down, going top of the league, he's just jumping on the spot. He's not threatening no one, jumping up and down on the spot, saying we're top of the league and what we're top of the league. Basically, he's then being grabbed by the security guard at the time. Apologies. He's then, as I say, being grabbed by the throat, basically being grabbed by the throat and frog marched over to the other side of the road for no reason. When all he is jumping on the spot, whereas others would actually be more aggressive towards him. And even the fucking lads that was trying to stop the security guard off of Ty was another Arsenal fan saying, "What the fuck are you playing at?" Basically to the steward. There was no need for the steward to be that aggressive, in my opinion. Catherine says, "If Slot gets the boot, who would replace him?" Arise, Sir Gareth of Southgates. I'd fucking laugh my fucking head off. Makes sense. He always go and defend himself. Well, again, all he was doing is just responding back by jumping on the spot. Literally jumping on the spot, going top of the league. We're top of the league, and like basically we are top of the league. Arsenal top of the league. What you got to say and what? your words mean nothing, my team's still top. And he got assaulted, basically. You can't make this bollocks up. I think Klopp won't. Well, he won't. No, Klopp won't come back. He's retired. There's a reason why. The reason why he left the way he did, retired, basically, is because he got mentally and physically exhausted by the scheduling and day-to-day life of being manager of a football club. It took it all out of him. I could see Ariola. Yeah, Ariola would take a step up as well himself. It's just, would the Liverpool fans be patient enough for him to come in, bring and basically implement his playing style to turn things around? I will say this as well. At least in terms of Wayne, as I say, Wayne was one of the pundits tonight. Thank fuck he's realised he's no good at being a manager and he's just got into punditry now. I don't know how much more I could have dealt with seeing him turn up at another random club and just do piss poor, basically, just get another job because of his name. Rob Green, I don't get how he's got into punditry and why he gets because he's so dull. There we go. Fewest points after 12 games. Chelsea's, what did it say? Chelsea were 10th. I didn't see that points, but they were 10th, and he had Leicester and another club in Liverpool were 4th on that list. So, and obviously, the position-wise, there's a question mark because currently the weekend's not over yet, so they could drop even further down the league. Fucking hell. It says a lot when you're, what was his match day 12? Match day over match day 12, one of the two. And the defending champions of England are closer to a relegation battle than a title race than the team that's top of the league. Fuck me. It's amazing now. Last year, obviously, last year, we had all the injuries we had. We had to adapt with the squad that again, it's our own fault for having the squad we had in terms of the lack of numbers and lack of depth in certain positions, etc. So I'm not excusing that. But we drew a lot of games because of that. Then we dropped a lot of points, drew a lot of games, and that's what. And it was the amount of draws we had that actually cost us the title. If you actually look back at the amount of draws we had over the last season, I had 4 losses all season. Yeah, the draws that fucked us basically. Yeah, if we mentioned an injury or this reason or that reason, excuses, this, that. Liverpool this season so far. But Newcastle fucked us because they didn't give us Isak, so we wanted it as soon as possible. They didn't bend to our will. And then he got injured, and then this one, and then we've had that one, and this and that. The only thing I'll give Liverpool a reasoning behind, not an excuse, and a reasoning behind this is obviously Diogo Jota for the staff in terms of the coaching staff, manager, the players that were there last season that played and worked with Diogo. I knew on a day-to-day basis, from last season, previous years gone by, dealing with that loss, I can give them that. I can give them because that will have, no matter what we say, that will play. What happened in the summer is bound to have some sort of mental fatigue and block on anyone. Grief and everything. Grief comes in different ways and takes people longer than others in the grieving process, etc. So I can give them that. I'm not going to disregard that at all. But what I'm not going to sit here and say allowed to do is injuries or it's an aging squad. It's that we're in a transition now. No. You're not having that one. Not defending champions. No. The only thing I'll give, as I say, the majority of that squad, and obviously the coaching staff and the manager and all that, is the loss of Thiago. That I'll give you. Other than that, everything, any other reason you want to put forward is just an excuse to me. But amazing how they are not being new. They say they give these excuses. It's like, nope, they're not excuses. Don't be silly. It's a genuine reason. No, the only genuine reason is what, as I say, this happened in the summer. Really should stay in MLS. Built himself up. He got cocky, didn't he? He didn't do great. If I'm correct, he didn't do great in MLS either with DC. But I thought he was big. He thought he was better than where he was. It's backfired. By the way, man, Newcastle Man City's game's on now. Second game on. Still 0-0, so. Well, I mean, all they need to do is finish higher than 12th to not have the new record for winning in one season crashing out the next, yeah? Hang on, I'm trying to think now. Because we were talking about it earlier. Didn't Chelsea finish 10th one year? They won the league with Mourinho. This is his second spell. In his second season, they won the league. The following season, did they finish 10th? I might be wrong, but I swear that happened. And then obviously the following season after that, Conte comes along and wins them the league. But yeah, 12th would be the new record then, either which way. But yeah. Current holders are Leicester. What did Leicester finish? You mentioned it before earlier on, but I can't remember now. One sec. Then it understaffed to bring in a therapist so that the team could talk through, either as a group or individuals. Yeah, I get that. I'm wondering, do we have it in us to go all for Barcelona on Tuesday and Arsenal on a Sunday? Having no travel could be important, but we are better away. Because I mean, obviously Barcelona, and not the Barcelona years ago, but it's still a top outfit. With all due respect, they will give you a game. You'd expect. You've got your injuries, as you know. It's just you need your players to not let the occasion get to you. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? What you're playing on? You said Tuesday, yeah. So I'd personally go, because obviously you don't want to be in the playoffs. Trust me, you do not want to be in the playoffs. You want to get as close to the top 8 as possible. Come the new year. So really, you want to go? I'm obviously going to say it's a bias in one sense, but go all out. Go for Barcelona. If you're doing well, no matter what how the game's going, in a good or positive way or a bad way, but 70-off minute with 20 minutes half hour to 20 minutes to go. By that point, you know where the land's lying. Make your subs rotate if you want to rotate from that point for the Arsenal game. Depends how serious your club is, not just the manager, players, but also the hierarchy upstairs. How serious they are, but actually want to win the league title, and how quick they want to get back to competing for it, basically. Again, that goal of Man City's equaliser was so avoidable. To be honest with you, Ryan, I thought that the Jota Greif would inspire the players to win the league and for sure. Yeah, I get that because I think most of it, even I to an extent thought that as well. I thought that would be the inspiration, especially after watching the opening night, the opening game of the season between Liverpool and Bournemouth, and the reception and what they did before the game, etc. And all, and then the full-time reactions of the players and the fans, etc. At full-time of that particular game. I thought that was going to be what was going to get him through this year in terms of giving that extra oomph. This is before he even got easier, but giving that extra oomph to do it for Thiago and his family, basically as a final nod of respect, and yeah. Rotation being important, no injuries, but because if we lost one of James or Cucurella or Casado, we slipping down the table, no excuses. It's a fact. Why was Casado? That's an interesting. You mentioned that. Why was Casado not playing today? Was he just like travelling fatigue because he just got back late, or what was the reason behind that? Hey, Zanzi's in the chat. Said, "Oh, are you all right?" Has been a good day for the Gunners so far. Yeah, obviously, yeah. I've watched all the highlights for today's games, and some of the BBC commentators are really, really taking it, talking total shite. Imagine my shock. imagine what you're saying that now. If Arsenal was, yeah, okay, I keep saying this. If Arsenal was to win tomorrow against them, not down the road, and go 7 points clear of City, and probably double figures by now with Liverpool, whatever that is. With Chelsea being our nearest rival 6 points behind us at that point, if we were to win this today, if we were to win tomorrow, imagine you can imagine the excuses that be made for us being that far clear, and the immediate turn will be on. Well, they've got to win it, but they've got to go away now. There's no excuse now. They've got to win the league now. And the thing is, as much as I loved having that bit of a cushion, I want a bit of a cushion between us and our potential our title rivals, because of obviously what happened a few years back in terms of being 5 points clearing and then getting clawed back because they had the game in hand and we just fell apart the way we did in that first push for the title in that first season. We pushed for it basically, yeah. The PTSD is there, but obviously we win the title, be happy. But from a football fan perspective, it would be nice after seeing Liverpool walk it last year, having no title race. It'd be nice to have some sort of a title race. Because there's another thing. If we were to win it this season, you're just going to have to. Well, Liverpool fell off. They're in a transition period. Bullshit. And Man City aren't back to what they once were in terms of they didn't bounce back the way we thought they did. So you only want it because of X, Y, and Z. I kind of want us to be pushed to an extent and then put away properly come January, maybe. Like January, February, just start pulling away then. Obviously, I take it after 20. Well, come May, 22 years of waiting. I'll take it any which way we can give it. They give it to us. That makes sense. Play 2 minutes of Ecuador in New York. So yes, I've basically didn't get. It's not just gameplay, but where you're obviously traveling back, the jet lag basically. Not be back soon enough basically. So we may see him on Tuesday for about 60 odd minutes if you're lucky, but and then he'll be hooked off with a Sunday in mind basically. if you're not going to, if you go to the BBC website, you can see a minimum of 6+ minutes for each game. No BS in between the games. Not that I have TV license, but not had one this century. It's ridiculous. I mean, what was it today? This game today, the Newcastle one, was it 8 minutes we added on because they took 20,000 fucking years to decide if the winning goal was onside or not. The automated system, like we're told, the automated system make things quicker to smooth out and Why did it take so long? And the longer it took, I was go back and watch it. The longer it took, obviously me, Catherine, and Micro were sitting with it. They're going to disallow it because it took forever. It was like they were looking for a reason not to give it. And to be fair, it did look offside from the angles we were given. It did look offside, but for me, and I said this during the live stream, if a check's going to take longer than 2 minutes, no matter what the check's for, if you're taking over 2 minutes plus, just stick with the on-field decision, basically. Right, just stick with it because by that point you're looking too much into it to look. It's not that it can't be that clear and obvious. It's taking more than 2 minutes to fucking come to a decision on the outcome. You want to win with meaning, basically, so no clout. Exactly. Basically, that's what I'm saying. So win with a bit of a fight. Basically, someone gives us a bit of a fight for it, like when we won it in 2000. We won the league in 2001-2002 season. When we won it, the penultimate game of the season for us, because obviously fixture changes and all that, was at Old Trafford. But it went down to the penultimate game, basically. And because we were, in the sense, but mathematically we were pushed, more so by Liverpool that year somehow. We were pushed, but our experience shone over the Liverpool side, and obviously Man United was just Man United that year. But it meant that we were made to work for it, sort of grinding seconds, basically. Whereas you see Liverpool win it for the last season, and when they won it in the 1920 season, eventually, it was basically given to them on a fucking plate. You knew they'd won it by the time after match day 4, basically. There wasn't really no push, they weren't really pushed to get over the line. Whereas, as I say, if we were to do what Liverpool did last year, for example, this season, as an Arsenal, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it and fucking run and see you later, basically. Thank you very much. Waiting 22 years. 22 years is like 22 years of pain will be over finally. But you're going to have fucking idiots, and not rival fans will bank and they say no matter, they'll do their bit, whatever. It's the media that just go, well, you only want it because of this. Fuck off. Imagine if you lost to a race to us this season, not a dig. I know it's not a dig. I mean, that would raise more questions for Mikel and the powers that be in the club, in terms of not just the manager, but the people upstairs as well, behind the scenes. Because we realistically, with all due respect, we shouldn't lose. We shouldn't. If it's you pushing us for the title, yeah, that'll be the fucking thing rammed home by the media. No one turned up, so you only want it because no one else turned up. Don't give a shit, but fuck off. Not our fault, not our problem. Sounds like a you problem to me. As I say, I've waited over 2 decades. If it was to end this season, we do what, even though what I'm saying, everything I'm saying, I want it to be pushed for it to get over the line to show that we mentally can be pushed all the way and do it. If we do what Liverpool did last year, just walk it and have it done by and we're basically champions elect by February, fucking March time. I'm taking it all day fucking long. That's poor. By the way, Bournemouth, West Ham now. Wilson just scored the first goal. That's poor goalkeeping from the ex-Chelsea goalie. Is that Petrovic, or whatever you pronounce his fucking name? But yeah, we should not be losing in the title. If it's as I say, if it's Chelsea pushing us for the title in terms of making some sort of a title race, somewhat. Realistically, we should not lose out that race to you guys. If we're being brutally honest with the squad that we have and the squad that you have and the calamities that you do have still in your squad, mainly in terms of your goalkeeper and centre back situation, and your lack of, with all due respect, your lack of killer instinct up top on a consistent basis. We should not lose out. We should not lose the title to you guys on that basis, basically. But that's down to us. If we did, that'd be down to us. And again, questions would need to be asked. But yeah, Zanji, if you're still in the chat, I'm just when it comes to the media, it's like, yeah, you go, you're in the chat. Chelsea to confirm this season behind Liverpool and ahead of City. It's got to go. At least, how did that go in? I missed that. First race since scoring twice on Newcastle and whatever. You just fucking, as I was reading it, disappeared it. Okay. So this begs a question. So he needs 2 goals from Callum Wilson today. Why the hell was he not getting played by Graham? Why did Graham Potter never use him as a starter? Okay, he's just shown he's still got that killer instinct in front of goal with both goals, especially that second one. And it's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. From Graham Potter back in the day. Don't get how Areola. By the way, considering doing those a former goalkeeper himself, how the fuck has Areola got back as number 1? I don't know. So you had Chelsea third behind Liverpool, ahead of City. So the Scousers are out of it. They are. And City are not firing. Then Chelsea will end up second and Arsenal champs. So as I say, as long as Arsenal win the league and we end 22 years of absolute agony, and most of it has been agony. Let's be brutally honest. Most of that 22 years has been agony. You will not find a happier Arsenal fan come May. Trust me. By the way, the weather conditions up and down the country today for the 3 o'clock games was from down south point of view was absolutely horrendous. Tavernier, great pen. Look at that! Look, because of how old school, obviously, the Bournemouth Stadium is in terms of its structure and all that. The rain and the wind is not just as it lashing down, but the wind is throwing it all over the gap as well. How do you again? Don't get me wrong, it's an improvement in terms of West Ham. They are scoring goals, this, that, and the other, but they bottled a 2-0 lead. As good as Bournemouth are, he still bottled a 2-0 lead. If you did bottle the title to us this season, would that scar you forever? And also, would it be worse than the title race you lost to City? That's just poor. That is just poor from West Ham. With City, it's sort of expected because we were the contenders. They were the champions. They were the experienced head, and the cream the cream rose to the top basically, and we got outdone by the experience basically in that time. Whereas this time it would hurt more. This time it would hurt more because it is, as I say, it would be not just because it's Chelsea, but it's against a team that hasn't got wouldn't have that experience in a title race, getting one over on us. So yeah. You win it, you won't see me all summer. not even for the World Cup content. That'd be interesting because I had to say I'm thinking about doing everything. That's gonna be an interesting one. The World Cup, fucking hell, because as I say, it's three different countries as well: Canada, Mexico, and USA. I'm already thinking about doing like between myself, Liam, Jonesy, and others as well, Catherine and all that, and Gary. Not just doing obviously late night shows, reviewing the matches of the day itself in terms of whatever three matches into the group stages, etc. As the tournament goes along, doing that sort of thing, not a nightly thing there, but actually covering it, actually thinking about covering every single game in the tournament as well, which could be fun. But you was top for so long. That's the time we was. But as I say, the experience, Sean, what happened with that? What happened that season was we didn't. It was our first crack at it, and we had the experienced team still on our back with a game in hand, ironically against us, and that's what bit us on the arse. If he did pip you, would destroy Liam. Well, we can ask him that when you see him on Monday on the North Bank Stoic show. I got Brazil. You're back in Brazil. I'm not back. I'm not. Brazil have never been the same since they won the World Cup in 2002. When it comes to the World Cup, they've never been the same. I think if anyone's going to, in terms of World Cup winner, I don't know. I can't say an exact team at the moment, but I think the World Cup comes back to Europe. Put it that way. I can't see Argentina defending it, like going on the way and winning it back to back. Portugal won't win it. I'll tell you that now. I said this earlier. Portugal won't win it. That's the one European team because A, manager, he's shit. B, it's all about Ronaldo, and that's what's holding them back as a team. Yeah, as well. The squad depth. I mean, the second we lost, was it Saliba and I don't think it was now. Who did it? It was Saliba, Tomiyasu in one game. That was in Lisbon. I was at that game as well. Someone else. Who else did we fucking lose in the running? And it completely fucked us. But I think this is mainly Saliba. Losing Saliba the way we did and for the rest of that season, that's what fucked us. If we hadn't lost Saliba to injury and for the rest of that season, I still say it now. I think we get over the line. It was losing him at the time because Gabriel wasn't what he is now. That's the main injury that fucked us in the running because our fullback was Rob Holding, for fuck's sake. As in our centre back that we fell back on was Rob Holding. Yep. Other options are available, yeah. But I just needed something to keep me awake and going for this stream, basically. You start down here tomorrow live for Northland Derby. 4:30 kickoff, isn't it? So I'll probably go. Yeah, I might go live at 3:30. Assuming I can. Yeah, assuming I can get dinner done and dusted and out the way, cleared away and all that beforehand. Yeah, I'll probably might do that. I'll go live an hour beforehand. Send a link out to the likes of Catherine if she's available and Gary and all that as well. And then anyone else will join as well. Just send a link out to them and get as many people on as possible. Oh, we got Chelsea Burnley now. Yay. I still stand by what I said earlier as well. At Burnley, the reason I said it from the get go. They will go down. I don't think they'll put up this much of a fight and make things hard for Pete, like for half the game side, half of the opponent's side, especially the big guns. But what's gonna send them down is what sent down Ipswich, Leicester, Southampton last season, and the other three from the previous season. Lack of attacking threat. They've got no bite up top. Not enough anyway to keep the attack is it's a championship attack basically in the Premier League, as far as I'm concerned. They need a miracle to stay up, as far as I'm concerned. In which season? Arsenal, the first one we're on about when we lost to Libre. In the 23-24 Premier League season, Liverpool spent the most days at the top of the table. Most, and I think it was mentioned about that, by the way. With 87 days, that might be why. Arsenal, Manchester City spent 76 days at the top, while Tottenham spent 26. When does Tottenham top of the fucking hell? Oh, when they're fucking and within the first 10 games, they're doing it. We're unbeaten. We're going to go win the league. So when people say Arsenal bottled the title that season, it's not actually true. Liverpool bottled it. Yeah, I mean, didn't help when fucking what didn't help them that season was when they played Man City at Anfield and fucking McAllister got studded in the chest by Doku and they got nothing was given basically. I know you did, Gav. I remember the game. I watched the game. I did the watch along. You know what? I remember as painful as it was at the time, because ironically threw that top four away that year. I remember that and having to relive it on the Amazon Prime documentary and all that. When they go into the final episode or something, the penultimate episode or whatever it was of the documentaries. Yeah, the final episode. It was final episode. Yeah, I remember all that. And now he got himself. Not only did he get himself sent off, the stupid idiot, but also fought for, but build up for one of the goals basically, as well. Fog outside line is fit. I've not looked outside to be honest. The dark is too dark. Okay, we're arm position, even though it's because he's outside. There's no lighting to see how thick what the issue is out there. Yeah, we won 2-0 there too, but we got our job done by half time. We were 2-0 up after 25, 30 minutes. We were 2-0 up. It took you to the 80th minute to seal the game off, whatever it was. Look for Kukure's handball. That VAR on the commentator could see. Not that the VAR or the commentator could see. Could not see. Okay. Yeah, it's amazing what they want. It's amazing what the commentators want to pick up in our eye lines when they depend on who's playing and who they are playing. By the way, João Pedro, when he arrived, I don't know you'll agree with me on this, but when João Pedro arrived, obviously that blue patch of a new club. Look at me, ha ha ha. Since the season started, again that purple patch continued for the first 3 games of the season. Straight after the West Ham game, since that West Ham game, we won 5-0. Pedro has gone fucking missing, seriously missing, in all comps, by the way, not just the league. He has offered absolutely sweet FA, and isn't João Pedro suspended for his Barca game, by the way, because he got red carded last time out, didn't he, in the Champions League? Came on, got 2 yellows, a dumbass. So again, this is another reason why we should not lose out to you in the title race. You've got your main striker is Liam Delap. who can't hit a fucking barn door apparently, and João Pedro has purple patches, where he might turn up for a run of 5 or 6 games and then disappear for the next 20. By the way, how is this not a penalty? By the way, Bastille comes on. He's he's literally wrestling and holding a Burnley player, onto the post off the pitch. Like, he will not let him back on. How's that not a penalty? You've booked him. This is what I don't get. Referee stopped the play. He booked him. So you're saying he's fouled him because you've booked him, but you're not giving a pen. How does that make any sense? Am I missing something there? And there's a sealer, Enzo Fernandez. Also, I've noticed how Burnley have moved their away fans to the other side of that, beyond that goal, basically, but the other side of that stand behind the goal. And they've moved the tunnel as well to where they come out from now as well. His punishment was to be sent to Colorado Rapids. Oh yeah, he's there, is he? He's MLS now, isn't he? Yeah, because we flogged him for a few million quid, literally a few million quid, to Crystal Palace. I was like, oh, good luck, this, that, and the other, because that's sort of his level at the time, with all due respect. Played one game in the League Cup against United. Never saw him again, basically, in the Palace shirt in any capacity. And obviously now he's at Colorado Rapids now, as of this summer. Remember the season when Leicester won the Premier Line from Spurs? Was you really nervous that would be the other way around? Not really, because again, you can ask my brother if he ever pops on here or pops in the chat at any point. At no point did I think again, I wasn't, even when Tottenham started going like into second, by the end of the season, it was just like, let's do Tottenham. That's what it was obvious that Leicester were not going to lose the title to Tottenham, because Tottenham's Tottenham. And that, for me, that round home, even then, if you look back at it, that, forgetting what happened on the final day of the season, when they dropped to relegation team, Newcastle 5-1 or whatever it was, and dropped from second to third, and we leapfrogged them on the final day just for second spot. Put that to one side. Looking back at that season in terms of for Tottenham in that squad, the fact that they didn't win the league was the biggest indicator that they were never going to win anything. That squad is never going to win anything, basically, because with all due respect, if you can't win a league title against a team that was literally on the verge of relegation the season before, and you've allowed them to beat you to the title the way they did, that's the biggest. For me, that's the biggest indicator that they were never going to come back from that. They might have got them. I think they went. I know they came second again the following season and all that, ironically, but they never were going to win anything in that period, because that was their moment, basically, and they didn't grab it. and how they reacted against Chelsea, when you drew 2-2 to confirm themselves as champions. And that whole game, instead of playing the match and just getting the points on the board and prolonging the inevitable at that point, they let their emotions get the better of them. And even though, as I say, they finished second the following season to Chelsea, they never really looked at any point like they were even in that season, the following season, when you guys won it, like they were going to just come out from nowhere and pushed and actually overstep Chelsea to the title. You were just as it was like Chelsea won the league. We all know, we knew basically from December that season, in the 16-17 season, that Chelsea had won the league. Tottenham, even though Tottenham finished second, it was just like yeah, you're the best of the rest basically for that season. Good luck to you, whatever. There's a trophy. If Spurs were 12 points clear with 12 plus goal difference, and there were 4 games left, they'd still throw it away. That's a hypothetical, as they've never been in a position to win it. Yeah. Wolves up next against Palace, by the way. I think is that the game when Poch said he doesn't like? Yeah, I think it was. What it might have been. Yeah. Ryan, I know got scared when Tottenham got to the Champions League final. Don't lie. When they got to when they actually qualified for the final, because it was Liverpool. No, if it had been an all English final against City, if it had been Man City in that final instead of Liverpool, or more even though Man City was a top side at the time compared to them, I would have been more frightened if it had been Man City, because it was at a time when Man City was just known for fucking up, basically, having things put on the plate for them, and they'll just go, sit to bed. As we saw against the likes of the Lyons, Shakhtar Donetsk, ironically Tottenham, and other clubs respectively in the years in and around, and the Chelsea's final the following years as well. Yeah, a couple of years later, it was against Chelsea. Sorry, when they bottled it, Man City. Sorry, so that would have been more. I'd be more frightened if it had been Man City for that reason. The fact it was Liverpool, a club that historically has that DNA in them, basically, to see the job out on the night. I was more at ease. I had more belief. Believe it or not, I had more belief that Liverpool would win the league, win the Champions League that night, than Tottenham turning up and doing something and being the first North London side to win it. Having all that bullshit. I did a watch along actually. I did again. If you want to go way back to that season and all that, it's on the channel still. Did a watch along when the lighting was poor and it wasn't so good on the camera side of things back in the day. But still, I did a watch along. Thought, why not? Champions final, we risk it for a biscuit, because I was that confident. Put it this way, I was that confident. As I say, I was that confident Liverpool would win it. I did a watch along. When Arsenal channel, I did a watch along where Spurs were in the final, and I was that confident they weren't going to win it. I did a fucking watch along, for fuck's sake. Whereas back in May, when they were in the Europa League final, I did no such thing. I was like, no, not touching that. Not going nowhere near that. There's a potential Tottenham winning a trophy on an Arsenal channel. Fuck off. The flukiest goal that is from Motd. Probably butchering his name there, for Crystal Palace. The flukiest goal is that him and Palace were able to score this season. What you go back about 8 years of Watchalong? We're in 2020. We're in 2025 now, aren't we? So, what year? When was the? Because we played obviously you guys in Baku. 2019. Yeah, I wasn't doing. I'm trying to think now. Watchalongs as a whole, in terms of Arsenal watchalongs and all that, I weren't doing as. Because I was just doing like the podcast side of things and all that at the time, but because it's like end of the season and it's a Champions League final, obviously, because the Europa League final I didn't do, I just watched it myself off. What a good goal! That was a good goal actually. From can't really fucking see his name there. Yeah, Pino. There you go. Giving me 18-19. So yeah, league-wise, Arsenal league games as a whole I wasn't doing. I did doing the Arsenal watch-alongs during lockdown, and it's continued from then. The Arsenal watch-alongs. and watchalongs in general. But the Europa League final in Baku, I didn't do a watch along for that. Obviously I did watch it, obviously, but didn't do the watch along for that. But as I said, I was that confident that Liverpool would win the Champions League that I thought, if as depressed as I was after the back end in the fallout of the Baku final, I thought, fuck it, let's go live, let's do a watch along for the Liverpool game against the Knuckle Draggers. And as I say, the rest is history. And it's just obviously, and then I've got a few more watch alongs from now on in, but the watch alongs as a whole, from an Arsenal point of view, I didn't stream Baku at all. I watched that downstairs, just screamed at the TV for 2.5 hours, or whatever, how long it was. But yeah, as I say, the Arsenal watch-alongs as a whole really only took flight. Only really took flight from the COVID pandemic basically onwards. So like the return of the Premier League onwards. Yeah. So when after the first lockdown in the return of the Premier League in the 1920 season, what was left, we had to play out the remainder of that game, the game side. That's when I started doing the watch-alongs on a proper full-time basis from that point onwards. So obviously the first one would have been like the Man City Arsenal returns from the Premier League, and they had all the Black Lives Matter stuff on the back instead of their names. That's when the watch-alongs on the channel became a full-time thing. And because obviously COVID and it was all the games were being played behind closed doors, it ended up doing quite a few neutral watch-alongs as well during that period as well. And as I say, and then it just, even when we then came back into having fans back in the stadium, if I wasn't at games, I was doing watch-alongs basically for Arsenal still, and then obviously with that, with then being able to get more eyes in terms of being able to get more access to watching the women's team as well. We integrated that into the channel as well, watch-along wise, and then from that and the numbers we were getting for that, we've then obviously, as you say, expanded the channel, not also in terms of the men and women's watch-along, Arsenal men, Arsenal women, the Lionesses, and all that sort of thing, watch-along wise. As you now see, you got men's weekly men's podcast, weekly women's podcast, and the Premier League. Yeah, I think Gavs was asking the other day about the Premier League show. We were talking about starting to start the season. We are still figuring all that out. That is in the works, in the motion. We will get that started at some point in the next couple of weeks, hopefully before Christmas. I think because it was initially going to be Liam and someone else as like co-hosts, but obviously with all the bits that Liam's doing anyway in terms of the North Bank Summit, working behind the scenes on the Conan and Jonesy and doing the Conan and Jonesy, and it's obviously day-to-day life for the boys and family life and all that. We agreed it would be too much to ask of him to co-host that, so it is in the works. We will be getting that up and running very, very soon. Personally, I haven't spoke to him yet. I'll probably speak to him like Monday or Tuesday on this. But potentially, if he's okay with it, I might want to host it myself and just get guests on, basically. You can Gav, you can do that if you want, but you won't find no clips of me because I didn't do a watch along for it. You won the FA Cup because Pulisic's injury, but I remember you lost Tottenham. You was terrible in the league. I went to that FA Cup final. I did a watch along for that as well. And the semi-final. As I say, that's literally, that period was the period of the birth in terms of the channel, this channel in particular. Because up till then, on this channel, it was just the weekly podcast in terms of match reactions and all that, basically, to the men's team, basically, on a week-to-week basis. as I say, if anything, in hindsight, with what happened from a global point of view, the pandemic actually gave me a kick up the arse and actually helped the channel grow from what it was to what it is now and going on to, basically. Why don't you present it, Ryan, with George as he's... Again, I can put it to George as well, because obviously it's just about... it was... We just got, in terms of... It's just figuring out... In terms of figuring out putting a particular slot in place. So that in terms of scheduling and all that, so it's a consistent time, consistent day, every week on the dot. But also the thing, the whole Premier League thing is what the whole Premier League show is what the whole premise was going to be, to have Liam as the Arsenal fan and the co-host to be a non-Arsenal fan. So you get more. Obviously, you'd have more. You get with that. You'd hopefully get more reach and get more eyes on the channel. So in terms of a particular show as well, instead of having two out-and-out Arsenal fans just obviously talking about the Premier League and you'd get two different opinions, plus whoever guest I have on, maybe three different opinions from fans three fans that support three different clubs, basically. And the initial person we had lined up to be the co-host was a Chelsea fan. No joke, by the way. And then in the midst of everything that happened in the summer for Liam, the person in question then, after committing, just as things are starting to get back in, planners start getting back in motion on that side of things, was told they were going to get more work coming their way and hours was going to be a lot more, and so she couldn't fully commit to a full-time commitment, basically, to the channel and the show itself, because you couldn't say that person couldn't say for definite if they were going to get the same day and time off and be home in time from work each week. So that person had to drop out, but then did say they would happy to be a guest still. So let's see if that's still the case when we get this up and running. That'd be interesting, actually. If we could get it up and running still, good golf from Welbeck. If we could get that up and running, and in the next few days, and actually launch it, if we were to get it up and running and to go ahead of it and launch it this week, if she was available, have all week to do it, that'd be a good start. Oh God, imagine that. No matter what, if we went tomorrow, 6 points clear you guys, and then as a Chelsea, and that'd be all my days. That'd be absolute murder. Monday would be best for it, in my opinion, but you have Liam Southbank shot. And there's another thing we've got in terms of figuring out going forward. Is it we're going to do a preview show or a review show or a bit of both? If it's in terms of the reviewing side of things, depending on obviously how match days play out, we could either, if all the games are played on all the games are done over a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday period, we could do the show on a Sunday night, respectively, and do a preview show on a Friday. But when it's like, for example, if there's a game like this week with the what's he call it, Man United Everton game, you could potentially have it on a Tuesday if it's again because of Champions League. It's that clashes as well. That sort of things are clashing as well. So these all things you sort of have to figure out. But I will have a chat with Liam in the next few days actually about that. We have to bring back that idea and getting the wheels in motion, because we did have a West Ham fan actually that was on board, because we were again after the Chelsea man pulled out. We were putting a word about and all that, and this again West Ham fan that comes in every now and then on the channel and all that in the chat. Reached out to him and he was interested. He was happy to be the full-time co-host on the channel for that particular Premier League show. And then obviously, as I say, because of scheduling and all that and time, and we put it in the back burner for a moment. But more think about it. Obviously, buying the watch-alongs. Obviously, Liam Brooksy and you got Liam Brooksy and Andy with the occasional guests for the men's podcast, the North Bank Summit. You've got George, my fucking name now, Laura, covering the women's team for the podcast now. And then obviously Ken and Jonesy. So in terms of buying watch-alongs, that's poor people by the way. Buying watch-alongs, you don't really get to see a lot of me, basically. So yeah, I'll put myself out there a bit more as well. Get myself back in the old hosting duties in terms of actual podcast side of things as well. Yeah, that's true, son. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And depending again with the whole when there is a game on a Monday, depending on who's playing on the Monday. If all due respect, if it's a shit game, for example, Wolves versus Burnley, for example, we could just sort of go ignore it basically, not in the sense of we won't. That's the one game that week we won't obviously preview because that plays on a Monday. We'll still do our show on a Sunday night instead. We can still do the show on a Sunday night. Just acknowledge that obviously this crappy game on a Monday. It is what it is. Sorry guys, but yeah, we'll mention that come the Friday show basically at the start, whatever. Oh, one sec. Tom's. We'll about that. One sec. Could be Mr. Tom if he's still around. Yes, Mr. Tom, he's still around. He does his wrestling show as well. He doesn't do his lead show anymore because obviously with all his health problems, he wanted to take less stress off it. Obviously, less stress from obvious reasons away from himself, and he just wanted to enjoy what he's doing, but enjoy doing the wrestling stuff. And in terms of football, just enjoy watching the football. And what will be. Without having the added pressure and stress of having to organise a hour and a half, 2 hour show every Sunday. That sort of thing. So it might be interesting because once I spoke to Liam and he's okay, but we can push ahead. Lots of Mr. Tom, lots of Tom's I can reach out to. Liam's brother as well. Yeah, Liam's brother being a United fan yet. I'm sure he'd be interested in doing that as well, as a from a United perspective as well. I wonder if Harry would be interested in joining my Premier League show as a Chelsea fan. Harry, who's Harry? Need more information. I'll just go, Harry Chelsea fan. I've been, obviously I'd have to reach out to these people as well. He wanted to branch out, but he doing a stream with Troy Deeney. I have no idea who you're on about, by the way. Fulham versus Sunderland's up next. Really should be our Chelsea person. Gav should ask Harry. Again, who's this Harry person? Plus, you need to do what I said to you the other day, right? Get on doing after day transfer news. Yeah, no, what? In terms of, I won't do it straight away, like right here, right now, because obviously it's like we're just back in the back end of November into December. It's like late. Because all the games we're going to have, and the shows we're going to be throwing out as well. throughout the festive month of December as well, going into New Year. They're probably, in terms of daily transfer day, that's probably going to be a January thing, basically, throughout the month of January, up till deadline day itself. And then obviously deadline day itself, do a deadline day show. It's again a deadline day live show as well, like we did last year as well, and all that sort of thing. So that's something to look into as well. So again, with the daily show, it's just again picking a time, a consistent time for in terms of the same time every day, and have it and just getting all the garment in place before every show, basically. But yeah. Harry CFCX1, he's the channel me and Rudy watch for Chelsea games. Oh, okay, you can reach out to him if he's interested. If he'd be interested, you can reach out to him. But again, just DM once you have reached out. Message me. You can message me on what do you call it now? What do you call it? Discord, Gav or Ruddy. Ruddy, if you've got Discord, by the way, you can follow us on there as well. Liam set up a page on a page on there as well that goes on there as well. If you have that Discord, do that. So I'll send you the link for that. If you want to come back on the WhatsApp channel group as well, let me know and I'll get you the link for that as well. But yeah, just you can obviously in the meantime if you want to reach out, that's fine. To this Harry guy, I've seen him do like the reactions and all that. Yeah, that's you want to reach out. If you want to reach out, that's totally fine. I'll be happy with that. As I say, I still need to iron things out with Liam, basically. He's still happy to go ahead with the show itself, push it out anyway, and have myself as the Arsenal representative as one of the hosts, and another. So we got two co-hosts, and then every week we have a different guest of different clubs, basically come on, basically. And have a bit of a laugh and just talk about all things Premier League, not just all things us, but all things Premier League, basically. So I can't find some. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, as I say, if he's interested, you know where he can, in terms of how he wants to, if he has Discord, where you can find or X or whatever, or Instagram, where you can find me, basically. To reach out and get them wheels in motion from that side of things as well. Because as I say, I've been thinking about that. Joining into this international bit, I've been thinking about that because I saw you was asking about that the other day, so I started thinking about it to myself, and yeah. And then obviously was planning to have a chat with Liam this week about that what I've been discussing basically, and what's happened from his point of view, as you would have heard on Thursday on the Colin Jones, what he said on Colin Jones, basically, yeah. So I do think it would be the right time to do it. So I'll give it to Monday or Tuesday. If we win tomorrow, Monday. If we don't, wait till Tuesday. Yeah, asking Woody as your mod so that he will listen to you. Yeah, Woody, it would be appreciated if they reach out, see if he's interested. If he is, then we go from there. Bit of a laugh, bit of banter. What's better to an Arsenal and a Chelsea fan co-hosting a Premier League show, and the way things are fucking going, two fans of two teams that go for the title, basically. Otherwise, we're walking it. Oh God, we'll laugh. It'd be a laugh either way. And then as I say, we could have a West Ham fan one week, West Ham fan on Man United, as it's in Lee's brother, and then as things go on with Brian, we can obviously get more eyes and more people looking at us as well. Get even completely neutral fans from other fan bases or from abroad that like watch Premier League football and want to talk about Premier League. They can come on as well once occasionally as well. But really, yeah, as I say, grow, and as I say, the more we grow in that show, we can get more variety of Man United, Liverpool, West Ham, teams in the Premier League. I'm saying when they're Premier League, etc. As guests panelists for each show, basically. What team does your brother support? It was Arsenal in the early years. Then was it 2015? No, 2016. So 2016. Troy Deeney. That'd be interesting for these comments about Arsenal back in the day. So 2016. Yeah, so up to 2016, avid Arsenal fan. Loved it. Loved it in terms of going to games with me. Days that up terms. He still comes to games, but he's obviously is more of a, as I say, neutral now. Undercover. Yeah, up till 2016, I was an Arsenal fan, avid Arsenal fan. Got all the kits. Went to the FA Cup parade in 2014 as well for his first parade. Members days were now a thing at the club. He'd go to them all the time. Always wanted all the new shirts and all that as well. And then Atletico Madrid got to two Champions League finals in 3 years, and suddenly he started watching La Liga football a lot more. And he then diverted to La Liga, and because of said team getting to two finals in 3 years, even though they didn't win either of them, decided to follow them, be a supporter of Atletico instead. I mean, it could have been worse. He could have been a fucking Tottenham fan. So, count blessings in that sense. Do you know Alex Goldberg? Doesn't ring a bell. I say name doesn't ring a bell currently, but I could look that person up and probably see it. But that person. But as it sounds, doesn't ring a bell. He has the percent of Chelsea fan TV, Ryan, but he was. Sorry, he was. I read that in the end. Ryan, what do you want me to say to you? Words? I know somebody who could have a co-host opportunity in the Premier League show. Are you interested? If not, give him channel name and contacts. You can do, just think that, basically, just make it clear. It's obviously, in terms of it'd be an Arsenal fan. Give him a bit of a background as well in terms of not just the channel, but self Liam and all that, and how we operate and how we are and how you find us and all that as well. We could bring your brown line for Spanish sex, not a show. I'm gonna ask him. I could always ask. Fucking nasal cramp now, bloody hell. Yeah, I could always ask. Just again, if he's work schedule, it's just in terms of rules, there'll be sometimes he might not be available because works, but if he wants to. I don't know if he'll. Then I can always ask, reach out and ask. Fucking Ned, Al. Yeah, match of the day's over. That was quite a somber end to that. That was. Oh dear. Right. You're still awake, are you? You'd be asleep by now. Right, turn this down. Right, the film is about to start there. No, it's some random football show crap. But yeah, oh, ow, ow, ow. But yeah, Roddy, do you want to be back in the? Do you want to be back in the channel group chat? Are you okay just with Discord? Let me know, and I will send you a link to either which one, basically, or Gav can. Up to you. Pop in the Arsenal versus Bayern game. Let you know let you know. Ask the least we can do it. I'll get my words out eventually. But yeah, appreciate that. I'd appreciate that, as I say. But depending on how tomorrow goes, I'll have some sort of answer either which way come Monday/Tuesday on that side of things. That'd be a problem for them. It's just as I say, in terms of the Monday to Friday stuff, buying the watchalongs, it gets me back. It gets my face on the channel still. Gives me more. It gives me a bit something else to do as well, other than the watchalongs, because it does get a bit. As much as I enjoy, especially the Arsenal stuff and side of things, as much as I enjoy the watchalongs and all that, doing it, it does get a bit repetitive. Whereas obviously previously we had the watchalongs podcast, you can mix out. Well, I like it when I can mix out a bit. I don't like repetitiveness. I like to have different things going, basically, in terms of, okay, I'm doing a watchalong tonight, I'm going to do this and do that. Because I'm also thinking as well, before we go, as we have been thinking for a couple of weeks now, about adding match reactions as well to the channel, like instant live match reactions to the channel. So basically, what we do, a watch long, no matter what the result may be, and then we'll then do but between the full time whistle going, and then within 10 minutes of the full time whistle going, we end the show, go away for 20 minutes, come back on a different stream and do an instant match reaction as well. Be win, draw, or lose, basically do that, and then for every game as well, like sort of every game, be it League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League. Again, it's more content for you guys as well. But yeah, it's something I've been thinking about doing. But yeah, just got to not run it by, but I'll see if others are interested in taking part as well, and that side of things. Yeah, basically, yeah, instant match reaction, but giving us that bit breathing space between the full-time whistle and that stream, the instant match reaction going live, basically, to get ourselves together and get a thought process and go. See, tomorrow should be there. Yeah, as it stands, I'm playing. It'll be so. As I say, 4:30 kickoff in terms of the match itself, as you know. But we'll go live 3:30, hour before kickoff. Put a build up. This will be a bit longer, probably as well. Yeah, put a build up, get all the team news in, a bit of a laugh. Get the old betting open tomorrow as well. The old virtual betting thing. I know what I open. Try and get some voice clip bits done up as well for you guys to spend your coins on as well. Fan cams as well could be a good idea. That's something to see if people are interested in doing that as well. Because obviously, fan cams of Arsenal has a sort of a reputation thanks to one channel. Obviously, as you guys know, we wouldn't if we do go down the route of adding fan cams, if you will, to the channel. It wouldn't be of that in terms of you have to be a character, you have to do this, you have to do it. No, the people we'd have on would be authentic, and as long as people behave themselves, we're all good, basically, on that side of things. Unlike other channels, you know, themselves at the line, they'll be gone, but still. As one of you is always going over there, Liam. There, that'd be imagine Liam with a fan cam. Bloody hell! Imagine, because especially home, because you got to say most home games he goes to, unless it's like he's got to look after the boys because obviously the other half's working or whatever. Barring that, he's at every home game. So literally, imagine coming at the Emirates, Arsenal win a title. He's going to be unbearable for you guys. But yeah, Jonesy's match going. G's match, G. I mean, that's something. Again, Liam and Jonesy can reach out to G because obviously she goes to match. She's more match going for the women's side of things. Is that something she'll be interested in? Yeah, George as well. Because at least with G, it would be all pre-recorded as well. It's all edited in terms of putting it all together. Wouldn't be largely, wouldn't get no idiots being idiots, so to say. As we saw the other night. And it's amazing how the idiot hasn't actually spoke. I'm assuming he might be watching, but he hasn't spoke once in this stream or the previous stream. So I've got to deal with that. I've got to deal with fucking mods, actually. That's the point. Before I go to bed tonight. But yeah. That's all. Got a lot of work to work out, basically. That'll be fun. But in terms of, I think Woody asked about my work life. Chef. Been fucking chef for God knows how long now. Oh, what? 36 now, fucking hell. Been a chef since I was bloody hell. When was it? I went to fucking don't forget things out. 17, I went to college, did all my stuff. So yeah, 17 gone on 18. 17 is not old bloody trap. But yeah, 17 I started going in. I started my training. I was still 17, going on 18. I started working in the kitchens. Oh, fucking cramp site. And then yeah, it's been like that ever since, basically. Yeah. You can make me. I think you are. I swear you are. I can double check, but yeah, if you haven't already, as I say, I got this because there's certain people that are super mods that don't fucking contribute to the fucking, don't even come in now saying, even say hi or anything in the chat. So, let alone contribute and do their fucking job. And there's others that are just being absolute arseholes at the moment that need to be demodded. And there's others that obviously are coming in with that, are coming in actually contributing. So actually, I can say regularly here that I can rely on. If it was to kick off, they would do a job basically. But yeah, no worries. Also, is there a way James can get hold of me, Gav? Because I need to ask him about Streamlabs in terms of the sound bites and all that he gets, and how he gets them from where and gets them onto Streamlabs and how he sets it all up for it to be for you guys who use your coins basically. So I can get that finally dealt with, because otherwise your coins are just out of control. There's another thing. Once I do that, obviously for the first couple of weeks you'll be able to use the coins as they are. If I can get it done before Christmas, you have to say between now and Christmas, you'll get a few weeks out running out use out of your current coins. But New Year's Day they will be reset behind the scenes on New Year's Day. So when you come back on the 3rd against Bournemouth, when Arsenal play Bournemouth side, everyone will be reset to 0. Yeah, like the sound, but in terms of like typing exclamation mark, for example, exclamation mark, North London forever, and whatever, you got basically all that format sort of stuff, and you get like the sound comes in and all that. So I've got a few sound bits and pieces myself, but I ain't had the time to fucking get grabbing from one place to the other. Basically, they're in one place ready, but yeah, it's just I just don't want to fuck about and mess and fuck up basically. Just if you can send me a screenshot what you said, and I can. If not, I'll figure it out. It just take a bit longer, a couple of days longer. That's all. But yeah, on that note, I'm gonna get myself out of here. Obviously, thanks to mainly Gavin Ruddy, and obviously whoever else popped in. It was mainly you two as well. And Zanzi was here for a bit as well. Catherine was here for a bit. But yeah, thanks to you guys and anyone else that's watched us, been silent watchers. If you've enjoyed the show, fantastic. Hit the like button, share the content around. That'd be massively appreciated. As always, when this does get processed and all that, you'll be able to hype this as well. If you've got any hypes left this week, please use them on helping us push not just this show, but the channel in general, but there'll be a show in particular. Or if you want to save them for after tomorrow's game, that's fine. I'd appreciate it. That'd be really appreciative as well, and that side of things. Talking about which, actually, I forgot because I forgot to say. I ain't done it for fucking months. I ain't done it all this season actually because I started it back end of last season with the thought process of kicking it on this season, but I just had the time to fucking do it. The late night Sunday shows where we all react to rival over Arsenal fact, depending on results, obviously. Either fellow Gooners or rival fans having meltdowns, and the viral clips that are doing the rounds, etc., etc. I do want to not just bring it back because it's been so long now, but yeah, basically bring it back. Hopefully, starting from tomorrow, no matter what happens tomorrow, our game tomorrow, bringing that back. Obviously, I've got plenty of content to go back on in terms of already this week with Man City fans and Liverpool fans. So that's something I want to bring back and have a bit of a laugh with as well. So in terms of on a late night Sunday, get together and hopefully not at Arsenal's expense most of the time, but majority of the time at the expense of a Chelsea, with all due respect, Liverpool, Man City, United fans, the knuckle draggers, etc. And just again have a laugh at that as well. Go back to having a laugh at that as well because that seemed to be something you guys really like. So I want to get that back up and running as well. Also, I could start making your Arsenal highlight videos for this channel each week. Yeah, that could be a good idea. I did, yeah. Good. I remember you reaching out to me and saying you needed certain clips because obviously the other thing we were talking about in terms of the best clips, the best of El Smago, basically reactions to X, Y, and Z. I need you to remind me what, in terms of via Discord later on, what games is it you need me to get your clips for? In terms of time frame, when we know he was on for them particular games, and basically, for what you've already got with Liam, if you need me to send more, let me know. Remind me what the games were because I fucking forgot, and get that put together as well over the next few weeks, and possibly, with the idea, my idea of that video that we've on and off been discussing for the last few weeks longer. That particular video, the best of Liam El Smago on the whatever, however you want to brand it. Drop it up. The idea for me, from my point, once it's all done, no matter when you can take your time and do it, no rush either. But the idea for me is to drop it on the Christmas Eve. Don't know what time, but Christmas Eve itself. Set it all up as a premiere for a certain time. It gets some Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, one of the two. One of the two. Because again, we're not playing Boxing Day. We're playing on the 27th. We're playing on the 23rd. It's Palace. So 24th, obviously 25th, but Christmas Day and all that. Trying to think now. Obviously, Christmas Eve's like, yeah, it's like I'm working, thinking about, trying to think which one I'd go with in terms of dropping it on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. But either which way it'd be dropped, it's a festive. Well, thank you for your support. This is sort of a thank you, enjoy it, spread the word, and have a bit of a laugh, basically, as well. Yeah. Hi Tom, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, and obviously hope you're looking forward to your game tomorrow against Villa. You're playing. I say tomorrow. It's now midnight. Got midnight. So yeah. Thank you, Vine and Gav, for popping into the. Yeah, no problem, mate. You support my channel on a consistent basis, week in week out, for how many seasons now. I'm always going to give you the same respect and support back. You'll have to pick Orvlin's best majors. Just send me a list of that's a list of matches you'd want me to go and look back on, because there's a lot of games. Let's be honest. There's quite a few since we've had Liam on the channel, brought me onto the channel and all that. There's quite a few watchalongs. There's quite a few games. There's a few I can think of already, but I don't know if you've got the clips or not. So you let me know what clips you've got of Liam that you'd want to use for that sort of video. Did you mention something about an FA Cup game? It was Liam lost it. Liverpool, not last season, the season before. Liverpool at home, third round of the fucking FA Cup. We were the experience, full team experience from us against the youth. It mismatch of that for them, and we lost 2-0. Yeah, to the point where he went viral on a Leeds channel that Tom let us know at the time. Oh dear, he got a laugh. When you're going viral, you don't even know about it until Tom tells you. Oh, by the way, listen to this Leeds podcast, and I started hearing Liam scream. So there's that one. But yeah, just go back over whatever stuff you've still got. I don't know if you've still got it, but if you've still got it, your files and all that. Go back over what's let's say what ones you've got, what ones you'd want to use. If there's games you can think of that you haven't got that you want me to look into, I can look into and see if he was doing the watch on for that particular X, Y, and Z, and we can go from there. I've only started seeing them properly since the end of last season. I can go back to I think the early days of Liam on the not just a channel, but in terms of the watchalongs, was like when Arsenal played Leicester, and we won 2. There was a year we finished that we were pushing the Champions League spots and finished fucking 5th, knuckle draggers. But I think the Leicester game, Leicester versus Arsenal, Villa versus Arsenal in that season, sort of games. I can grab clips from that sort of. But say, I don't know what games you've got, but obviously last season you got most of them because we did what we did in the last season. It's Jem Wobbin. It's just a matter of figure out the rest of the games then. So the Arsenal. So the Arsenal Liverpool one from FA Cup from not last season, the season before. If you haven't got that, let me know. I'll get that over to you. I'll get over, as I say, in terms of obviously, is it not just rants? It won't be just rants. It'll be a mix of the rants and the highs and the lows, basically, whatever you want to work from that side of things as well. So there's positive in that, along with the negative, the mixed match, basically. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, so the Leicester Arsenal, the Villa Arsenal, other games, all the other games he helped out with as well, came on for as well. And then let's let you do your magic, basically. But as I say, I think depending on how long it takes you to put it together and all that, the idea is around Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, one of the two, just to drop it, basically. Have it all set up, have it set up in advance to drop on one of them 2 days at a particular time and just see how it goes, basically. Might do Christmas Eve. It might make more sense to do Christmas Eve, actually, I think of it. I am looking forward to Leeds versus Villa in the same way I look forward to bloody positive, eh? Aren't you at home as well? I think it seems to be a thing with obviously Sunderland, Stadium and Light, they're great. Away from home, they're meh. Leeds, Ellen Road, you turn up, you get a performance, you get results 9 times out of 10, give or take. No, that's not true, Gav, by the way. But your away from home form is what's keeping you down that neck of the woods, basically. Sort of being up where Sunderland have been, basically. But yeah, nobody wants to see happy. What's happy? Everyone wants to see Happy Liam. No one wants to get the highs and the lows, the emotions, the emotional highs of winning a game and potentially winning a title, or this and the lows of missing out and this, that, and the other, or FA Cup defeats and the League Cups, etc., etc. The Champions League runs as well. You want to see the highs and lows. You want to see the journey. It's the whole point of it all, really. And let's be honest, it'll bang. Trust me. Because of how we're doing it as well. Do you want a few of his appearances from this season as well, Gav? I.e., the Newcastle away game, for example. By the way, it's amazing how I went to wrap up the side 10 minutes ago. I just rambled on and we're discussing live on air what we're planning, what we're planning for fucking Christmas, basically. Fucking hell. No one else does this. Everyone else does it. To be honest, I'm not fucking. Let's dust it out here and now before I forget. Oh dear. I'll say this. What's that? So technically, officially, we are 7 days left of the month. Yeah, get rid of the goatee in just over 7 days. Why did he rage in that? No, he didn't rage. Not rage. The Newcastle game. The Newcastle Arsenal game. Sorry, at St James's this season. He wasn't raging for the most part. But especially at the back end in the last 10 minutes, he was celebrating. That's my point. You would have, but you probably got a bit of a rage, a bit of a when they scored 1-0 up. But you're also getting that, but you're also then getting the high of the emotional last 10 minutes of equaliser and then the winner right at the end as well. And how he is as a person and a character in terms of all in that one moment, basically. I want the Emery era and early Arteta. Bloody hell, Arsenal. Again, when it comes to Liam, he wasn't in terms of the channel. He wasn't around on the channel in the Emery era. We didn't do watchalongs. Basically, we didn't do watchalongs in the Emery era. No, we didn't. No, didn't do any watchalongs in the Emery era. As I say, the watchalongs only came about in the Arteta era due to the pandemic, and then kicking on from there, basically. And then he only came along to the channel, Liam. I'm trying to think now. In the 22-23 season? I don't know, 22-23. 21-22 season, sorry. I do when Arsenal lose, but you can do a bit because of what the video is. You can do a bit of both, can't you? You technically did do that for the end of season one. What we did end of last season, you technically did do a bit of both. And you're still getting your aging. Trust me, you're still getting your ages. Oh dear. I might even send you a few World Cup ones if you want as well, from the Qatar World Cup when Gary Hill turned on him during the Wales USA game. My hobby is I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Oh dear. But yeah, on that note, guys, we're going to get ourselves out of it. Do appreciate you all. What bloody was that? I mean, well, as I say, Gab, if you can go away and find exactly what games you definitely do have with that feature Liam on, and then let me know on that, and then I can work with that my end and send you over as much as possible from my point of view after that. That would not just help but speed up the process in terms of so instead of me sending you every single clip that here every single game and then you having doubles all over the gaff. You just have a look, let me know from what seasons, and I can go from there basically. But yeah, as I say, on that note, we're going to get ourselves out of here. I'll be back tomorrow, or later on, 3:30 p.m. UK time for the Arsenal versus Tottenham North London derby. The game of the weekend, biggest game, and potentially not total deciding, but could be a defining game basically in the season already. Well, match day 11, match day 12, match day 11. It's got to be match day 11, isn't it? Whatever. And it could be a very interesting evening tomorrow, depending on how the results go tomorrow. But we're going to be here all the way through from, as I say, 3:30 p.m. We'll go live, 4:30 kickoff. We're going to try and get as many people on as possible. Gary's, Catherine's, might even try and get Evelyn's brothers around to pop on as well as the neutral and see how that plays out for us. I might start on a few other people as well. I think Jones is around as well, so I might even send a link to Jones, see if Jones wants to pop on as well. Other than that, guys, though, I'm going to get out of here, go and get some rest. I'll see you later. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the like button, share the content around. If you not the content, share a link to the channel as well. Push us out there that little bit more. Literally every little helps when it comes to channels like ours. And we'll go from there. Until then, guys, up the Arsenal and see you soon. Come on, you Gunners.